The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman sand volleyball coach Dan Ahiers, I'm Michael Watching, and this is SeeingEagles.com. The Eagles get set for 4 duels at the College of Charleston. And, Coach, after that first weekend, I'm sure a great learning experience for everybody involved. What were some of the biggest takeaways that you and your team took away from those first 6 duels?
What we took away was we are going to be competitive. We got beat this weekend for sure, but I think the girls really learned something. They have been working hard. They are pretty close. They're a bunch of indoor girls that, you know, some of them only got about a week and a half of practice in before that tournament, and we did compete pretty well. I think they also learned that some of the things that we've been working on, they do realize that what I was saying is actually kind of true, and I think they've been working on it harder this week. And then I also learned a whole lot. Our coaching staff learned a whole lot. The other head coaches that were there and assistant coaches, they were great. We got to sit down with some of them, talk to them, learn some of the different strategies they did going through their whole program, building up their program. And like we talked about, we played 3 top 10 teams, and so learning how they kind of do things and not necessarily imitating what they do, still playing our own brand of volleyball, but taking some of their ideas and growing our program from how they started is really what we took away this last weekend.
One of the things that you mentioned to me last week was the individual duos would have to learn to communicate with each other, make adjustments in match. How do you think that they handled that in the first weekend?
Yeah, our first duel was kind of a shell shock. I think the girls, the coaching staff, we all just really wanted to know, what is this, you know? And we talked a lot about that communication. A lot of the things we did work on, we kind of shut down, but then we got better after that first duel. They started working harder together. They started to trust each other more. The communication got better. We mixed around a couple of the teams. The teams got stronger because of that. Chemistry is better because of that. And 1 through 6 right now, all of our pairs look pretty good.
Another good week in terms of weather for practice. So what kind of things have you done to get ready, and what kind of adjustments have you made on the court to get ready for this weekend?
We worked a whole lot more on our shots, you know, our cut shots, high line shots, a lot of our communication. We also worked a whole lot on running more to the ball. We were lunging too much and then just stabbing at it instead of trying to run to the ball. So we got better at that for sure.
This weekend, 4 matches as opposed to 6 last weekend where you're playing twice a day. Do you think that maybe a little bit last week, having all of that action maybe drained the team a little bit and they're a little more prepared heading into this weekend?
It's a good question. We were very physically ready to go. The 6 matches didn't affect us at all physically. I think mentally we were done. Having to stay so mentally into every single point because you don't have a coach there to call a timeout. You don't have somebody there explaining what you're doing right and wrong on every single point. They had to mentally think a whole lot harder than they probably ever have indoor, which is a great thing. But yeah, I think this weekend only having 4 matches and then going through such a tough weekend, mentally they'll be better.
Thanks for your time. Best of luck this weekend, Coach.
Thank you.
For Carson-Newman sand volleyball coach Dan Ahiers, I'm Michael Watching, and this is SeeingEagles.com.